Dear listener, before we begin, I invite you to find a comfortable place to rest. Let your body loosen, your hands unclasp, your breath slow down. Feel the pillow beneath your head, the weight of your blanket, and the quiet hum of your own breathing. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to think about tomorrow or yesterday. This is your time to drift. Imagine a soft evening light, like honey poured across the sky. A gentle summer air, cool and steady, brushes your face. Somewhere nearby, you can hear a faint rustle of grass and the delicate wings of a butterfly lifting from a wildflower. Tonight, we travel to another time, to the age of lace curtains, oil lamps, and quiet wonder, the Victorian age. Our story tonight begins in the English countryside, where the meadows stretch for miles, and the air smells faintly of clover and rain. A soft river winds between old willows, their silver leaves shimmering in the light of the late afternoon sun. And there, beneath one of those trees, walks a man in a light gray coat, a sketchbook pressed against his chest. His name is Edwin Harrow, though few people ever call him that. Most simply know him as the butterfly collector. But Edwin does not collect the way others do. He carries no killing jar, no sharp pins, no glass cases, only a brush, some watercolor paint, and patience as gentle as dawn. He walks through the tall grass so carefully that even the smallest creature need not fear him. His shoes make a faint whisper in the meadow. He listens to the soft hum of bees. Edwin has a theory, one that few understand. He believes every butterfly carries a mood of the day, the way the air feels, the way the light bends. He says, if I can paint them just as they are, for that moment alone, then I have kept something that cannot be kept. So each morning, when the mist still hugs the ground, he takes his old satchel and walks into the meadow. And each evening he returns with his sketches, his fingertips faintly stained with blue and pink and gold. The meadows themselves seem to know him. The foxes do not flee. The birds perch on the hedges nearby, tilting their heads as if to see what he will paint next. Sometimes he speaks aloud as he works. His voice is low and thoughtful. The peacock butterfly, he murmurs one day, carries the mood of a memory. She glows like a dream trying not to fade. He kneels among the tall stalks of grass, watching the creature rest on a violet bloom, its wings open, trembling slightly in the breeze. He dips his brush in color. His strokes, so delicate that even the shadow of his hand seems afraid to touch the air too roughly. The sky above grows softer as he paints. Pale pink clouds stretch out like ribbons. Somewhere in the distance, church bells begin to chime. The sound mingles with the rustle of the field and becomes a kind of lullaby. The sound of the Victorian countryside settling into evening. If you close your eyes now, you might imagine you're standing there beside him. You can smell the damp earth, hear the lazy buzz of bees weaving between clover, and feel the warmth of sunlight through linen sleeves. Edwin smiles faintly. He doesn't look up, but you can tell he feels the peace of it too. He paints until the light grows dim. Then, with great care, he lets the butterfly rise from its perch. It flutters upward, turning in slow spirals toward the sky, its wings flashing gold for a final instant before it vanishes into the soft gray of dusk. He closes his sketchbook and whispers, "Thank you for staying a while." When night falls, he returns to the cottage on the hill. It's a small house, its windows always glowing with lamplight. Inside, the shelves are filled with jars of pigment, dried petals, and papers pinned with gentle notes, not of specimens, but of sensations. Sun through wet grass, wind over lavender, color of a sigh. He makes tea on a small stove. The water simmers, and the sound mingles with the faint chirping of crickets outside. He pours a cup, sits by the fire, and opens his sketchbook again. He looks at the pages, some stained with faint fingerprints, others with tiny smudges of pollen. Every page feels alive. He writes beneath one of the drawings. To capture a moment is not to own it, but to remember it kindly. Outside, rain begins to fall, soft, slow, rhythmic, the kind of rain that lulls the world into sleep. He leans back in his chair and listens. Every drop feels like it's counting time gently, not to hurry the night, but to make it last longer. He closes his eyes for a moment. The smell of rain and tea fills the room. Somewhere near the window, a small butterfly, perhaps one he painted before, rests against the glass, its wings folding and opening slowly, like the rise and fall of a peaceful breath. And perhaps, as you listen now, you too can imagine that rhythm. Your own breathing becomes calm and steady, in through the nose and out through the mouth, like wings lifting and settling again. Edwin drifts into thought. He wonders about the nature of time, how a single afternoon can feel eternal when the heart is still. He once read in a Victorian journal that the average butterfly lives only a few short weeks, yet, in that short time, it sees every season of the sky. He writes another note in his book. Perhaps the soul, too, is measured not by years, but by the light it catches. He smiles softly at that thought, and the fire crackles quietly beside him. Now, as the sound of rain grows softer, you might notice your body has grown heavier. Your breathing is slow. The room around you feels distant. Only the voice of the story remains steady and gentle. Because our story is not only about Edwin, it is also about the stillness that lives in every heart when it listens to small, beautiful things. Our story tonight continues with the morning after the rain. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm too. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and get comfortable. All right, settle back once more, let your shoulders drop. Let the breath come softly and easily. We're returning now to that quiet, rain-washed meadow. The night has passed gently. A cool dawn mist curls around the hedgerows, each droplet on the grass catching pale light like silver dust. In the cottage, Edwin wakes to the slow crackle of the fire and the faint scent of damp earth drifting in through the open window. He rises quietly, so as not to disturb the silence that still hangs in the room. The teacup from last night rests by his chair. The rain has stopped, and from outside comes the first sound of a blackbird greeting the day. Edwin slips on his coat and takes his sketchbook. He never hurries. He believes the meadow waits best for those who arrive calmly. He steps out into the cool air, his boots pressing into the soft, wet grass. The world feels newly made, fresh, glistening, forgiving. Each leaf bends under a bead of water. Each flower seems to lift its face toward the light. The scent of lavender drifts on the breeze as he walks. The sound of the village bell far away marks the morning hour. In that same moment, a small voice calls from the edge of the lane. "Sir, excuse me, sir." He turns, surprised. A child, perhaps 9 years old, is standing by the fence with a wicker basket full of daisies. Her hair is tangled, her boots muddy. She looks shy but curious. "You're the man who paints the butterflies," she says. Edwin nods gently. "I suppose I am, though mostly they paint themselves through me." The child tilts her head. "Do you keep them after?" "No," he says, smiling. "I only borrow their colors for a moment, then let them go home to the sky." The girl frowns, thinking about this. "My mother says they don't live very long." "That may be," he replies softly, "but they live completely while they can. That's something even we grown-ups must learn." She seems satisfied by that answer. From her basket, she takes a single daisy and hands it to him. "For your book," she says. Edwin accepts it with care, tucking the stem between the pages of his sketchbook. "Thank you. What's your name?" "Lila." "Well, Miss Lila, would you like to walk with me for a while? The morning has a secret or two left to show us." She nods eagerly, and they walk side by side, the grass whispering beneath their steps. The meadow stretches wide and pale gold under the lifting sun. Mist rises in soft ribbons that glow around them. A pair of swans glides along the stream, their reflections trembling with the current. Edwin stops by a patch of wild thyme and opens his sketchbook. He dips a brush in his small tin of color, then begins to trace the curve of a petal, the delicate fold of a wing resting there. Lila crouches beside him. Her eyes grow wide as she watches the butterfly, a pale one, its wings veined like fine lace. "Don't mind you painting it," she whispers. "Not if I move slowly," he says. "Everything in nature listens to kindness. You see, even the smallest heart understands peace." The butterfly flutters once, then settles again. He paints in silence. Each stroke is tiny and sure. The sound of his brush against the paper is like a soft sigh. Lila hums quietly, a tune her mother taught her, something about a sailor and a faraway sea. Edwin smiles without looking up. He adds a line of pale blue to the wing's edge, and the painting seems to breathe. When he finishes, he gently waves his hand. The butterfly rises, turning in the sunlight, then vanishes into the air. Lila gasps. "It looks like it knew you were done." "Maybe it did," he says. "Maybe it wanted to see how beautiful it could be through someone else's eyes." They walk again. Birdsong fills the hedges. Far off, a farmer's cart creaks along the road. The day feels endless, soft and safe. After a while, they find a fallen log near the stream and sit. The water gurgles gently, reflecting the blue of the sky. Edwin opens his book again and shows her some of his older paintings. She leans close, careful not to touch the pages. One butterfly is scarlet, another deep violet, and another so pale it almost disappears into the paper. "They look alive," she whispers. "They are," he replies. "Each one holds a moment, a breeze, a sound, a scent. I never paint only what I see. I paint what the air feels like around it." Lila looks thoughtful. "Then this morning will be in your book too?" "Yes," he says softly. "This morning, and your daisy, and your song." She blushes and looks down at her muddy boots. "Can I draw one too?" Edwin tears a blank page from the back of his book and hands it to her. He gives her his smallest brush and the tin of colors. Try, he says gently. Don't think too much. Just look and feel, and let your hand follow. Leela begins, her tongue caught between her teeth in concentration. Her lines are uneven. Her colors spill past the shapes. But her butterfly has a warmth that no precision could replace. When she finishes, she smiles proudly. It's not perfect. It's perfectly yours, he says, and that makes it real. He sets the paper in the sunlight to dry. The breeze moves across the meadow, carrying the scent of clover and damp earth. For a long while, neither of them speaks. They just listen to the stream, to the bees, to the quiet life of the morning. The hours drift like clouds. At last, Lila stands and dusts off her skirt. My mother will be waiting, she says. But may I come again? Of course, Edwin replies. Bring another fawn next time. The butterflies love music. She laughs, waves, and runs off down the path. Her laughter trails behind her, bright as the wings of the butterfly she drew. Edwin watches until she disappears over the hill. Then he looks down at her little painting, and something in his chest softens. He whispers, every heart, no matter how small, holds its own art. He closes his book and stands. The sun is high now, the air shimmering with light. The meadow hums with life, dragonflies skimming the stream, butterflies dancing in spirals of color. He walks slowly back toward his cottage, his satchel light against his shoulder. His mind is quiet and full of warmth. As you listen, you may feel that warmth too. Let it settle in your chest like sunlight through a window. Each breath you take can be soft and steady, in and out, like the flutter of tiny wings. You are safe, you are still. The day has only gentle things left to offer. When Edwin reaches home, he sets the child's drawing upon his mantelpiece. He lights a candle, watches its flame tremble, and smiles as the first evening shadows gather outside. Tomorrow, he knows, the meadow will be waiting again. The sun slips low behind the hills. A pale amber light touches the cottage windows, and the smell of damp wood rises from the earth. Inside, Edwin sits near the fire with his book still open, the child's painting propped on the mantelpiece beside it. He pours another cup of tea, watching the faint curls of steam move through the air. Outside, the meadow hums with the sounds of crickets, their chorus slow and rhythmic, the kind of sound that makes the heart steady itself. As he listens, he hears something unusual, the steady clop of hooves on the lane. It grows louder, nearer. He sets his cup aside, goes to the door, and opens it. A horse-drawn cart stands just beyond the gate, and beside it, a man in a dark traveling coat. His face is pale from the long ride, and a small brass badge gleams on his lapel. He tips his hat politely. Mr. Edwin Harrow. Edwin nods. Yes, how may I help you? I've come from London, sir. A letter for you from the Society of Natural Observation. The visitor pulls a sealed envelope from his pocket, the wax marked with an intricate crest. Edwin takes it gently, running his thumb over the seal before opening it. Inside, the letter is written in neat, flowing hand. It says, "We have heard of your work recording the butterflies of the Midlands. Your methods are unlike any collector we know. We wish to exhibit your paintings at the Royal Museum this autumn." He reads the words twice, then folds the letter carefully. "Please thank them for me," he says quietly. "I will consider their offer." The visitor seems surprised by his calm. "Most men would be honored, sir." Edwin smiles faintly. I am honored, but some things are meant to be seen only where they were born. The man hesitates, then nods. Well, sir, the offer stands. Good evening to you. He touches the brim of his hat and guides the horse back down the lane. Edwin watches until the sound fades into the distance. He closes the gate, walks back inside, and places the letter on the table beside his paints. The firelight flickers across the room. For a long time, he stands by the window, looking out toward the meadow that glows silver in the twilight. He speaks softly to himself. An exhibition, a hall full of light, or the quiet I felt when the wings brushed my hand. He sits again, opens his sketchbook, and turns to the page where the daisy lies pressed flat. The petals are slightly browned now, but still hold their shape. He thinks of the little girl, her bright laughter in the morning air. He wonders if she is asleep yet, perhaps dreaming of butterflies that shimmer like jewels. The fire snaps softly. He stirs it with the poker, then leans back and lets his eyes drift shut. As you listen, you may feel that warmth too. Let it settle in your chest like sunlight through a window. Each breath you take can be soft and steady, in and out, like the flutter of tiny wings. You are safe, you are still. The day has only gentle things left to offer. When Edwin reaches home, he sets the child's drawing upon his mantelpiece. He lights a candle, watches its flame tremble, and smiles as the first evening shadows gather outside. Tomorrow, he knows, the meadow will be waiting again. The sun slips low behind the hills. A pale amber light touches the cottage windows, and the smell of damp wood rises from the earth. Inside, Edwin sits near the fire with his book still open, the child's painting propped on the mantelpiece beside it. He pours another cup of tea, watching the faint curls of steam move through the air. Outside, the meadow hums with the sounds of crickets, their chorus slow and rhythmic, the kind of sound that makes the heart steady itself. As he listens, he hears something unusual, the steady clop of hooves on the lane. It grows louder, nearer. He sets his cup aside, goes to the door, and opens it. A horse-drawn cart stands just beyond the gate, and beside it, a man in a dark traveling coat. His face is pale from the long ride, and a small brass badge gleams on his lapel. He tips his hat politely. Mr. Edwin Harrow. Edwin nods. Yes, how may I help you? I've come from London, sir. A letter for you from the Society of Natural Observation. The visitor pulls a sealed envelope from his pocket. The wax marked with an intricate crest. Edwin takes it gently, running his thumb over the seal before opening it. Inside, the letter is written in neat, flowing hands. It says, "We have heard of your work recording the butterflies of the Midlands. Your methods are unlike any collector we know. We wish to exhibit your paintings at the Royal Museum this autumn." He reads the words twice, then folds the letter carefully. "Please thank them for me," he says quietly. "I will consider their offer." The visitor seems surprised by his calm. "Most men would be honored, sir." Edwin smiles faintly. "I am honored. But some things are meant to be seen only where they were born." The man hesitates, then nods. "Well, sir, the offer stands. Good evening to you." He touches the brim of his hat and guides the horse back down the lane. Edwin watches until the sound fades into the distance. He closes the gate, walks back inside, and places the letter on the table beside his paintings. The firelight flickers across the room. For a long time, he stands by the window, looking out toward the meadow that glows silver in the twilight. He speaks softly to himself. An exhibition, a hall full of light and glass. But what would they see, really? Ink on paper, or the quiet I felt when the wings brushed my hand. He sits again, opens his sketchbook, and turns to the page where the daisy lies pressed flat. The petals are slightly browned now, but still hold their shape. He thinks of the little girl, her bright laughter in the morning air. He wonders if she is asleep yet, perhaps dreaming of butterflies that shimmer like jewels. The fire snaps softly. He stirs it with the poker, then leans back and lets his eyes drift shut. For a moment, he imagines the London Museum. High ceilings, marble floors, rows of cabinets gleaming beneath the gaslight. Visitors murmuring the faint echo of footsteps. He sees his paintings hanging there, neat and framed, each one labeled in a tidy script. And yet, something in the vision feels hollow. The butterflies are still, their color frozen, their breath was gone. He opens his eyes. The cottage is dim, except for the glow of the hearth. Through the window, he can see a single butterfly circling in the fading light outside. It lands on the glass, its wings pulsing softly. He whispers, "Stay free." He reaches out his hand, but the creature lifts again and disappears into the dusk. The sound of the crickets grows louder. Their steady rhythm fills the space between thoughts. He lets his body relax into the chair, his head resting back. His breath matches that simple, even pattern. Outside, night deepens. The meadow turns to shadow, and the first stars begin to appear, tiny sparks of silver scattered across velvet blue. He remembers something he once read, a Victorian poet who said, "Stars are the souls of lost butterflies." The thought makes him smile. Perhaps that is true. Later, he lights a lantern and steps outside. The air is cool now, carrying the scent of wet grass and wild mint. He walks slowly along the path toward the stream, the lantern swinging at his side. The light falls on clusters of flowers, on dew shining like little mirrors, on the faint shapes of moths drifting near the hedges. He pauses and watches them. Moths so often forgotten, yet their wings are softer than any silk. He lifts the lantern slightly, and one of them circles it, drawn to the gentle glow. He says quietly, "You prefer the night, don't you? The dark doesn't frighten you. It keeps you safe." He lowers the lantern again, careful not to let its heat harm the tiny creature. Then he turns back toward the cottage. Inside, he sets the lantern on the table, its light moving across the pages of his book. He takes a fresh sheet of paper and begins to paint, not a butterfly this time, but the shape of the meadow at night. The brush moves slowly. Each stroke carries the hush of the dark, the song of the crickets, the glimmer of distant stars. He paints until the fire burns low. When he finally stops, he looks at what he's made. It's nothing grand, just shades of blue and silver, but in it lives the feeling of this quiet hour. He writes at the bottom, "Paint the silence between heartbeats, and you paint truth." He sets down his brush and stretches his hands. The warmth of the fire touches his palms. He can hear the wind starting to move again outside, rustling through the tall grass. He whispers, "Good night, little ones," to the butterflies and moths, to the foxes curled in their dens, to the child in the village sleeping beneath her quilt. He closes the sketchbook and lets the room grow darker. The lantern flickers once and goes out. Only the soft glow of embers remains. He breathes in deeply, and the air feels cool and sweet. He lets his thoughts loosen, one by one, like the pages of his book closing gently. As you listen, let your own thoughts do the same. Let them drift like the moths around a fading flame. Let the stillness fill you. The world outside this moment can wait. There is nothing you need to hold. Every sound, the whisper of air, the faint pulse of your heartbeat, is part of the same quiet that fills Edwin's world. Just breathe and rest. The first light of dawn creeps along the edge of the curtains, a pale silver that touches the walls and the wooden floor. Birdsong returns in scattered notes, a hesitant melody that slowly builds into the voice of morning. Edwin stirs from sleep, his chair creaking softly beneath him. The fire has gone out, but the room still holds its warmth. On the table, the letter from the museum waits, its seal broken, its paper slightly curled from the night's damp air. He takes a slow breath, rubs his eyes, and walks to the window. The meadow outside glows with mist, and a faint rainbow glimmers just above the river. The beauty of it makes him smile without thinking. He sets the letter on the windowsill, and in that gentle light, it looks less like an invitation and more like a question. What do you keep, and what do you let go? He makes tea, the old kettle humming softly on the stove. The steam rises, carrying the scent of chamomile and lemon peel. He pours a cup and sits by the window, watching as a butterfly, tiny and white, flutters near the glass. It lands for a moment, then lifts again and disappears into the brightening air. He whispers, "Good morning," after breakfast. He gathers his paints and papers. He doesn't go to the meadow immediately. Instead, he walks to the edge of the village, where an old stone bridge arches over the stream. The bridge is covered in moss and tiny flowers. From beneath it, he can hear the water whispering over smooth stones. He sits on the edge, sketchbook resting on his knees, and begins to draw the reflections in the water. For a long time, he loses himself in the sound of the current, the movement, the shimmer, the way light becomes a living thing when it meets the river. When he finally looks up, he sees the figure of a man walking toward him along the road. It is the village postmaster, a stout fellow in a brown coat. He tips his hat. "Morning, Mr. Harrow. Get your paper here. There's a story about the museum in London. Seems they're planning a grand exhibition." Edwin thanks him and accepts the folded paper. After the postmaster moves on, he opens it carefully. The article speaks of modern collections, new inventions, and the changing world, a world racing ahead on steel rails and electric dreams. He reads it slowly, the hum of the stream steady beneath the words. So much is changing, he thinks. Even the way people see beauty, everything measured, labeled, displayed. But beauty is not a specimen. It's a feeling that lives and fades like breath. He folds the paper, sets it aside, and closes his eyes for a moment. The warmth of the sun reaches his face. He lets the thought drift away. There is no rush. There is only one now. Later that afternoon, he returns to the meadow. The grass is tall again, brushed clean by last night's dew. He walks with his hands behind his back, listening to the soft hiss of wind through the reeds. Each sound feels like a heartbeat, a reminder of how alive the quiet world truly is. He stops near a patch of wild poppies. Their petals tremble in the breeze, thin as silk. He kneels, opens his paints, and begins to work again. This time, he doesn't paint a butterfly. He paints the light itself. A pair of swallows swoops overhead. He looks up, feeling a small ache of joy, the kind that hurts only because it is so gentle in the quiet. He speaks softly to the air. If the world must change, let it never forget how to see. When he returns home, the sun has already set behind the hills. He lights the lantern, sets his paints aside, and opens the letter once more. He reads it again, the elegant handwriting, the promise of recognition, the polite invitation to display his art before the world. He imagines the people who might come to see it, gentlemen in tailored suits, ladies with lace gloves and parasols, students with notebooks, reporters scribbling words like innovation and progress. And yet, he knows that what he paints is not meant to be trapped beneath glass. It belongs to the air, to the meadow, to the heartbeat of living things. He sets the letter beside the fire and watches the edge of the paper curl. The flame catches slowly, not with anger, but with calm acceptance. He watches until it turns to soft ash, and the last bit of wax seal melts into a tiny red bead. He whispers, "Let the butterflies stay where they are." He feels no loss, only peace. Because, in truth, nothing that is real can be taken away. He pours himself another cup of tea and opens Lila's drawing once more. The little butterfly she painted still shines with its imperfect charm. He smiles and pins it to the wall beside his window. "That's the best exhibit I could ever wish for," he murmurs. The sound of the evening returns, the crickets, the soft hoot of an owl, the faint crackle of the fire. It is enough, more than enough. Outside, the moon rises. The meadow gleams like silver cloth. Somewhere, the river hums its endless song. Edwin steps to the door and looks out. In the moonlight, tiny wings flicker between the flowers. Moths, again, and perhaps, just perhaps, a few butterflies who have chosen not to sleep. He stands there a long while, breathing the night air. Each breath feels like the turning of a page. He feels small, but not alone. The stars above him shimmer faintly. They look, he thinks, a bit like the spots on a butterfly's wing. He closes the door gently, returns to his chair, and lets the sounds of the night settle around him like a blanket. He whispers one last note to himself before sleep takes him. Beauty isn't what we keep, it's what passes through us and stays in the quiet part of our hearts. Now, as you listen, let that quiet find you too. Let it move through you like a warm breath. The day is finished. The world outside is at rest. Inhale softly and exhale slowly. Feel the body grow heavier, the thoughts lighter, the eyes are softer. There's nothing to do now, just rest in this gentle stillness. You are safe, you are calm, and you are enough. The sunlight spills across the cottage floor, warm and tender, touching the corners of the room where shadows lingered overnight. The fire has long since died, but the hearth still holds a faint memory of heat. Edwin stands by the window, looking out at the dew-soaked grass, his hands folded loosely behind him. A soft breeze carries the scent of wildflowers and wet earth, and somewhere in the distance, a bird begins its morning song. A familiar voice calls from the path beyond the gate, a voice bright and eager. "Mr. Harrow." He turns and smiles. Lila stands there, her small satchel swinging at her side, her eyes bright with the promise of adventure. "Good morning, little one," he says softly. "Did you come to see the butterflies again?" She nods. "Yes, I wanted to show you something before we leave." They walk together to the meadow. The grass bends under their steps, dew glinting like tiny crystals against the rising sun. The flowers sway in gentle waves, and already a few butterflies flit through the air, shimmering in golds and silvers. Lila holds out a small notebook. I've been keeping a sketchbook too, she says, opening it to show the delicate, messy drawings she has made. Some are butterflies, some are flowers, and some are just ideas from my dreams. Edwin kneels beside her. He looks at the pages slowly, absorbing the tiny worlds she has created. Her lines are unsteady, but the feeling in each drawing is as real as the flutter of wings above them. They are wonderful, he whispers. Each one is alive in its own way. She blushes and giggles softly. I want to take them to the city with me, but I didn't want you to forget them. Edwin smiles, feeling a calm warmth spread through him. Don't worry, he says. The important part isn't the paper or the ink. It's the way your heart notices the world. They wander slowly through the meadow. Edwin points out a patch of wild thyme, and Leela bends to smell it, closing her eyes to take in the sweetness. The breeze brushes through their hair, and the sound of the river hums quietly in the background. They reach a place where the flowers are especially thick. Edwin kneels and pulls a small wooden box from his coat pocket. He opens it carefully, revealing a single butterfly carefully pressed between glass. Its wings are iridescent, glimmering with soft blues and purples, as though it has captured a piece of the morning sky. I want you to have this, he says, for when you forget how the world looks in quiet light, whenever you need to remember the slow, soft beauty around you, you can open this box and feel it again. Lila takes it with wide eyes, turning it gently in her hands. She hugs Edwin quickly, and he ruffles her hair with a faint, contented smile. They sit together for a long while, watching the sun climb higher in the sky. The butterflies dance around them, and Edwin tells her stories of Victorian collectors who once traveled to faraway lands, gathering specimens, but always remembering to let them go. She listens, eyes half-lidded, and the gentle sound of his voice blends with the wind through the flowers. Every now and then, a moth drifts past, and they watch it vanish into the morning light. Time stretches, slow and unhurried. There is no hurry to leave, no concern for the clock or the road ahead. Only this moment, this soft, golden morning filled with wings and whispers. Eventually, Lila's mother calls from the lane, telling her they must continue their journey. She hugs Edwin once more, pressing the wooden box close to her chest. Thank you for everything, she whispers. Even when I'm far away, I'll remember. Edwin watches them go, his eyes tracing the small figure of Lila as she walks beside her mother. The path seems longer now, but he feels a quiet joy settling in his chest. He returns to the meadow, to the sound of the river and the wind. He kneels once more, gathering a handful of wildflowers and letting them fall back gently into the grass. It is a ritual, a way of saying goodbye without breaking the gentle rhythm of life. Back in the cottage, he sets the sketchbooks side by side, Lila's and his own. He looks at them and whispers, "The world is vast, but these quiet moments make it ours." The fire crackles faintly in the hearth. Outside, the meadow is alive with soft movement. A few butterflies linger, and Edwin breathes in the calm, letting it fill every part of him. He picks up his brush again, paints a single butterfly on a fresh sheet of paper, its wings open wide, ready to be free. As he works, he hums a low, gentle tune, the kind of melody that drifts, the kind that reminds you that even the smallest things, a fluttering wing, a tiny flower, a whispered word, can carry the weight of the whole world. The day stretches on quietly. The wind hums through the reeds, the river flows steadily, and the light shifts from gold to soft orange. then into violet. Edwin places the finished painting by the window, where the evening sun catches it perfectly. He leans back in his chair, letting the calm of the world wash over him. He listens to the night slowly arriving, the sounds of distant owls, the hum of insects, and the faint rustle of the trees above the meadow. He closes his eyes, breath slow, steady, and whispers to the quiet world around him. Sleep gently, little wings. Sleep gently, little hearts. The world is here, and it is beautiful. And now, as you listen, you can feel the meadow in your mind, the breeze, the soft hum of water, the flicker of wings brushing through the evening light. Your thoughts drift like leaves on a slow river. Your body is heavy and warm. Your breath is soft and steady. You are safe. You are calm. You are ready to drift into sleep, carried by the gentle wings of your imagination. The sky above Edwin's cottage has deepened into a soft indigo. Stars glimmer faintly, delicate and distant, like tiny lanterns hung in the heavens. The air is cool and carries the earthy scent of the meadow, a mixture of grass, flowers, and the quiet hum of night insects. Edwin sits in his chair, the warmth of the fading fire curling around him. He opens his sketchbook once more, but this time he does not intend to draw. Instead, he lets his thoughts drift like soft clouds floating across a still sky. He remembers mornings long ago, watching sunlight filter through lace curtains, the gentle stirrings of village life beyond his window, the sound of horses on cobblestones, the call of the baker delivering fresh bread, and the quiet laughter of children playing by the river. Time, he thinks, has a gentle rhythm, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always moving, always changing. And yet, even as the world spins forward, the small moments remain, the flutter of a butterfly, the shimmer of dew, the soft brush of wind across one's skin. He picks up his brush again, dipping it lightly into muted colors. Tonight, he does not paint for anyone else, but simply to trace the memory of light, to hold the quiet brilliance of a single butterfly in the curve of a wing, the gradient of a sky, the faint glow of a meadow at dusk. Each stroke is slow, deliberate, like breathing. He watches the ink seep into the paper, then fades again into the waiting white. There is no hurry, there is no audience, only the calm, meditative act of noticing. The night deepens further, and the sounds of the world settle into a soft lullaby. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves, a distant owl calls once, twice, and the river murmurs endlessly. Its voice is a constant, soothing hum. Edwin's eyelids grow heavy. The brush rests in his fingers, the painting incomplete, yet somehow more perfect because it does not need to be finished. He leans back, letting his body sink into the chair, the warmth from the fire, the coolness of the evening air drifting through the window, the quiet glow of the moon over the meadow, all blend into a soft, comforting embrace. He thinks of Lila and the gift of her drawings. The memory brings a small smile to his lips, and he imagines her in the city, painting quietly in her own little world, keeping the gentle rhythm of the meadow alive inside her. And in that thought, he feels a profound sense of peace. The world is vast and ever-changing, but small acts of noticing, of appreciating, of letting beauty linger, these are the things that tether us to the present, to the quiet magic of life itself. He closes his eyes fully now. He hears the night breathing alongside him, soft, steady, infinite. He breathes in and lets it flow out, a rhythm that matches the river, the wind, the quiet flutter of wings in the meadow. He imagines himself as a butterfly, light and free, moving effortlessly through the air, brushing softly past flowers and grass, carried on gentle currents of wind. The past drifts like a distant cloud. Memories are soft and non-intrusive. The future waits quietly, gentle and patient. And here, in the now, he rests fully, completely, aware of the quiet beauty of every small moment. As you listen, you can imagine yourself in Edwin's meadow. The grass bends gently beneath your feet. The dew glimmers softly. The butterflies and moths flit peacefully through the air. The night is calm. The moon, a silver lantern above. The stars are tiny, blinking companions. Breathe slowly, in and out. Let the rhythm of your body sync with the soft pulse of nature. The thoughts of the day fade like evening mist. The world is still and tender. Every sound is gentle, every movement slow. The meadow is yours now, and you are safe here, held in the quiet hush of night. Edwin drifts further into his thoughts, but they are soft and soothing, not heavy. He remembers the colors of the butterflies he has seen, the patterns of wings that shift and fade in sunlight, the tiny gestures of life that continue even when unobserved. He smiles softly. The world is alive in the quietest of ways. The evening, the meadow, the moonlight, they all remind him that beauty is never lost. It simply moves, and sometimes it rests in the hearts of those who notice. Now, as you lie here, your body supported, your thoughts are soft, your mind open, your heart is calm. With every breath, you sink a little deeper. With every exhale, the tension leaves your body. You are safe. You are calm. You are drifting toward the gentle embrace of sleep. The moon hangs low and luminous, casting silver light across the meadow. Shadows stretch softly, curling around the wildflowers and tall grasses, and the gentle hum of nightlife carries across the land. Edwin rests fully in his chair, the brush still in his hand, the painting beside him waiting patiently for morning. His eyelids grow heavier with each soft blink, and the warmth of the hearth seems to seep into his bones. As his breathing deepens, his thoughts begin to drift, sliding slowly into a place where time feels like a soft current, carrying him effortlessly forward. In this quiet dreamscape, the meadow becomes endless. Butterflies and moths dance in patterns of gold and violet, their wings catching the moonlight and scattering it gently across the ground. Each wing beat is a soft whisper, a lullaby that moves in rhythm with the river and the wind. Edwin walks slowly among the flowers, his bare feet brushing against petals and dew-soaked grass. He notices the small details that only appear at night. A spider weaving a delicate web between two stems. Dewdrops clinging to the silk like tiny crystal beads. The faint glimmer of a moth's wings as it hovers near the pale lavender. Above him, the sky is vast, stars twinkling like soft candlelight scattered across velvet. A gentle breeze lifts the scent of wild thyme, lavender, and honeyed grass, and it brushes softly against his face, as if the night itself is breathing him into calmness. He comes to a small pond in the center of the meadow. Its surface is smooth and reflective. The water mirrors the night sky perfectly, a second cosmos below, still and infinite. Edwin kneels at the edge, tracing a finger along the surface, and the ripples shimmer like liquid silver, stretching outward in slow, hypnotic circles. A single butterfly lands nearby, its wings glowing faintly in the moonlight. It does not flutter away. Instead, it remains a quiet companion in the night, letting Edwin simply exist in the moment. He remembers the words he shared with Lila, how beauty is not in possession, but in noticing, in allowing things to exist in their own soft rhythm. And now, in this dream, he feels it fully. The meadow alive with delicate, quiet movement, a gentle harmony of life, light, and shadow. The sounds of the night blend into a soothing symphony. Crickets hum in steady rhythm. The river murmurs endlessly, and somewhere in the distance, an owl calls once and then again. Its voice is a calm punctuation in the air. Edwin breathes in deeply, feeling the gentle pulse of the earth beneath him, the energy of life flowing soft and warm through the meadow. He closes his eyes fully, and in his mind's eye, he sees the butterflies lifting into the sky, rising higher and higher until they merge with the stars themselves. Their patterns trace slow arcs through the night, leaving trails of silver and gold. A soft reminder that all things move and change, yet remain endlessly beautiful. A sense of weightlessness begins to fill him. His body feels lighter than air, as if he himself could lift and drift along with the gentle creatures of the night. He imagines floating above the meadow, seeing the flowers bend beneath the wind, the river twisting gently, and the cottages nestled quietly at its edge. Everything is calm, everything is slow. Even the ticking of time seems to pause, as if the world itself has inhaled and is holding its breath in peaceful stillness. Edwin lets himself drift, his mind moving through waves of soft memory, blended with the gentle sights and sounds of the meadow. He remembers Leela's small hands holding the wooden box, her laughter echoing softly, and he smiles in the dream, feeling warmth spread through him, a quiet comfort that carries him gently forward. The stars above seem to dance in rhythm with the butterflies. Each twinkle is like a small heartbeat, a gentle reminder of the life flowing quietly all around him. The sky deepens to an almost velvety black, yet every shadow is soft and every light is calm, painting a world that feels safe, infinite, and slow. Edwin feels the rhythm of his own heartbeat synchronizing with the world around him, and with every breath he drifts a little deeper. Inhale slowly, let your chest rise. Exhale gently, let it fall. The river hums, the butterflies flit, the meadow stretches endlessly, and your mind drifts alongside them, soft, calm, weightless. Now the dream becomes yours. Imagine yourself walking through the meadow at night. The grass bends softly beneath your feet. A gentle breeze carries the scent of flowers and wet earth. Butterflies and moths brush past your cheeks and hands, their wings cool and whispers soft. The pond reflects the night sky, a second universe beneath your gaze. Stars twinkle both above and below, and in this quiet reflection, you feel the gentle presence of time flowing calmly, unhurried, endless. You are completely at peace. Every thought is soft, every sensation is gentle. The night wraps around you like a warm blanket, and the meadow hums, a lullaby just for you. The meadow seems to stretch forever, its soft grasses brushing gently against your legs as you walk slowly, deliberately, letting every movement be easy and unhurried. Edwin drifts nearby, his form barely noticeable in the soft moonlight, like a shadow blending with the night. He moves with the rhythm of the meadow, each step as quiet as a whisper, each breath in harmony with the world around him. Above, the stars twinkle slowly, not hurried or bright, but calm, patient, like old friends watching over the night. The wind sighs gently through the leaves, and somewhere far off, a small bell chimes softly in a distant village. Its tone carries on the night air like a secret lullaby. Edwin approaches a patch of wildflowers that shimmer faintly in the moonlight. He kneels, tracing a finger over the petals, not to disturb, but to feel the gentle texture of life. The flowers sway softly in response, like they are breathing with the rhythm of the night. A butterfly lands on his shoulder, its wings tickling lightly, and Edwin smiles, eyes closing as he feels the fragile beauty of the creature. It stays just a moment, then lifts effortlessly into the air, joining the others as they drift in arcs of silver and gold. The movement is slow, hypnotic. You can imagine it too, letting your eyes follow the path of the butterfly in your mind, rising and falling gently, floating without effort, drifting along the currents of the soft night air. Nearby, the pond reflects the moon perfectly. The water is so still it seems almost unreal, a mirror for the stars and butterflies above. Edwin leans close and dips his hand into the cool surface, watching the gentle ripples expand outward, each one slow, rhythmic, soothing. You can imagine your own hand in the water, feeling the silky coolness, not cold, just soft, each ripple spreading like a soft pulse through the night. Above, the sky deepens to velvet blue, each star winking in a slow, gentle rhythm. You feel yourself breathing in time with the world. Soft inhale, long exhale. Body heavy, mind calm, floating ever so gently. The air carries tiny scents: lavender, mint, wet earth, softly drifting into every corner of the dream meadow. Crickets hum in a slow, steady rhythm, and the river murmurs its endless, gentle song. Even the shadows feel tender, folding around you like a warm, protective blanket. Edwin lies down in the grass, now eyes closed, completely at peace. He feels the gentle pulse of the earth beneath him, the soft stirrings of butterflies brushing past, and the quiet presence of the night itself, a calm companion wrapping him in serenity. And as you listen, you can imagine yourself beside him, lying on the cool, soft grass, feeling the world breathe with you, every sound, every movement, soft and gentle, guiding you into deeper relaxation. Now the dream begins to shift, blending the meadow and the stars, the river and the moonlight, into a soothing, floating world. You rise slowly above the grass, weightless and serene. Butterflies drift beside you, their wings brushing softly, leaving trails of light that shimmer and fade. The sky opens wider, stars spinning slowly like a calm carousel, and the river below reflects it all, a gentle, infinite loop of soft light and motion. Edwin's figure becomes part of the rhythm, a quiet anchor in the dream, his breathing in sync with yours, each inhale lifting gently, each exhale drifting slowly down. You float above the meadow fully now, feeling yourself become lighter than the night air. There is no tension, no hurry, only the calm, endless rhythm of this dreamscape. The stars twinkle slowly, the river hums softly, and the butterflies move in arcs of silver and gold, their patterns tracing a path for your mind to follow. Inhale, slowly, exhale, even slower. The meadow stretches infinitely below, a soft quilt of grass and flowers, the gentle shapes of trees and ponds folding into the night. Every sound, every shadow, every whisper of air is designed to carry you deeper, to allow your body and mind to drift effortlessly toward a restful, weightless sleep. The dream becomes entirely your own. You may imagine lying in the grass, or floating among the butterflies, or drifting above the river as it winds through the meadow. Everything is slow, Everything is soft. Everything exists to soothe and calm you. The world is gentle, your mind is calm, and your body feels completely at peace. Each breath carries you further into relaxation. Each heartbeat a soft drum guiding you onward. And now, as you follow the gentle rhythm of Edwin's dream, the flutter of wings, the shimmer of moonlight on the pond, you can let go completely, sink deeper into this soft, safe dream world, where nothing exists except calm, serenity, and the slow, hypnotic beauty of the night. The meadow now stretches endlessly beneath you, soft grasses waving like gentle tides in a quiet, slow wind. Every blade bends easily, brushing lightly against your skin, soft, almost imperceptible, soothing you further into calmness. Edwin rests nearby, lying on the grass, his body relaxed, his mind quiet. The moonlight glimmers softly over his closed eyes, and the faint silver light casts slow-moving shadows that drift across the meadow like gentle clouds. You feel yourself sinking into the earth beneath you, supported and safe, held by the quiet pulse of nature. Each breath becomes slower, deeper, and with every exhale, the tension in your body drifts away, floating off like dandelion seeds on the wind. Above, the night sky stretches infinite and calm. Stars wink slowly, their soft lights like whispers in the dark, echoing the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat. The river murmurs endlessly, its water flowing soft and unhurried, a lullaby of liquid silver that carries every thought gently away. A butterfly lands near you, wings folding in delicate patterns. It does not move, allowing you to watch the quiet beauty of its fragile form. You can imagine the cool touch of its wings against your fingers, soft and almost weightless, like a fleeting sigh of night. Edwin smiles softly in his dream, the memory of Leela's gift still glowing gently in his heart. He feels the calm of the meadow, the quiet, endless motion of life in all its small, delicate ways, and in that stillness he drifts deeper, floating weightlessly among the shadows and moonlight. Now, imagine yourself rising slowly, weightless and peaceful, floating just above the meadow. The soft hum of crickets and the river flows around you, each note a gentle thread, weaving your mind into calmness. The butterflies rise with you, tracing arcs of silver and gold through the night air. Their movement is slow, hypnotic, and your eyes follow each delicate sweep, allowing your mind to drift and wander, soft and light, without effort. The sky is infinite above, a velvet canopy dotted with tiny, glimmering stars. The moon casts a gentle silver glow, painting everything below in soft, luminous shadows. Your body is heavy, your mind light, floating between the cool night air and the soft warmth of the earth below. Edwin drifts further into his dream, and in your mind's eye you drift with him. The meadow, the river, the pond, the moonlight, all blend into a soft, serene landscape, alive yet quiet, moving yet unhurried. The river's murmur becomes a gentle guide, leading you deeper into relaxation. Each ripple is a pulse, each splash a soft vibration that resonates through your body, washing away any remaining tension, letting your muscles soften and release completely. The grasses sway in time with your breathing, each blade brushing softly, like tiny hands, smoothing every worry from your mind. Every rustle of leaves, every flutter of wings, every distant call of night creatures forms a lullaby that pulls you steadily toward sleep. Now imagine lying fully on the soft meadow. The grass cradles you gently, supporting your entire body, its cool, tender touch, blending with the warmth of your breath. The butterflies rest nearby, their wings folding slowly. Their gentle presence fills the night with quiet, comforting energy. The pond reflects the night sky perfectly, and the stars shimmer in slow, hypnotic patterns. The moonlight dances across the surface, soft silver waves moving gently, inviting you to let go of thought and simply exist in this calm, tender moment. Edwin's presence is beside you, but only as a comforting sense, a quiet anchor that lets your mind drift without worry. You feel safe, held by the meadow, by the moonlight, by the slow, infinite rhythm of the night. The soundscape of the meadow becomes your own meditation. Crickets hum in a slow, even tempo. The river flows endlessly, soft and gentle. A distant owl calls once, and then again. Its voice is calm, distant, reassuring. Your breath matches this rhythm. Inhale, soft and slow. Exhale, even slower, letting go completely. Inhale and exhale, deeper and deeper. Your body is heavy, your mind light. Every muscle, every joint, every nerve releases tension, flowing outward into the meadow beneath you. You are weightless and safe, supported by the earth and carried by the night. The butterflies rise one last time, tracing slow patterns across the sky. Their wings catch the moonlight, leaving trails of gold and silver that shimmer and fade. You float with them, your body fully relaxed, your mind drifting softly, free of thought and worry. Sinking deeper into the gentle embrace of sleep, the stars wink slowly above. The river murmurs endlessly. The grass swayed in a tender rhythm. The night is infinite, calm, and safe, and you, too, are infinite, calm, and safe. Now, as Edwin drifts fully into his dream, and the meadow holds you gently, you are ready to let go completely. Soft, slow, deep, weightless sleep flows through you, and you drift, drift, drift. The meadow now stretches beyond what you can see, folding softly into gentle hills and hidden valleys, each one bathed in the silver glow of moonlight. Your body lies heavy on the grass, supported completely by the earth beneath, every blade a soft pillow beneath your arms, legs, and back. A gentle breeze stirs, rustling the leaves of distant trees, carrying the faint scent of honeysuckle, lavender, and the sweet richness of wet earth. Each inhale fills you with this calm, and each exhale lets go of any remaining tension, sinking slowly into the soft meadow below. Edwin wanders quietly now, moving with deliberate grace, his hand tracing the tips of flowers without disturbing them. He pauses near a small brook, its water clear and glimmering under the moonlight, flowing slowly over smooth stones. The gentle splash of the water blends with the hum of crickets, creating a soothing rhythm for your mind to follow. Above you, the sky is filled with stars, more than you can count, each one flickering in a slow, calming pattern. A soft cloud drifts lazily across the sky, its edges glowing silver from the moonlight. You watch it slowly move, letting your thoughts follow its gentle drift, rising and falling in time with your slow, deep breathing. The butterflies rise again, fluttering delicately in the night air. Their wings catch the moonlight, leaving trails of shimmering gold and silver. You can imagine their gentle brush against your skin, soft as the faintest whisper, their motion guiding your mind into a rhythm of calm, floating relaxation. Edwin finds a soft patch of moss beneath an ancient oak tree, its trunk wide and comforting, its roots curling gently through the earth like sleeping serpents. He lies down and feels the steady pulse of the earth beneath him, its slow, reassuring rhythm syncing with his breath. You lie beside him, feeling the same pulse beneath your body, sinking deeper into the warmth and support of the meadow. The brook burbles softly nearby, its tiny ripples catching the moonlight like scattered stars. You reach your hand into the water, feeling the silky smooth flow over your fingers. Every ripple spreads outward in slow, hypnotic circles, and you imagine that same motion, washing away every remaining thought or worry, leaving only stillness, calm, and peace. The meadow begins to shimmer gently, as if touched by magic, though nothing about it is frightening. The light of the moon reflects softly off dew on the grasses, turning the meadow into a field of twinkling silver. Edwin watches the butterflies settle among the flowers, their wings folding slowly, their soft breathing and tiny movements adding to the gentle symphony of the night. The wind carries the faintest whispers, like soft lullabies sung by the trees themselves. You imagine the leaves themselves breathing, moving in slow rhythm with your own inhaling and exhaling. Every sound wraps around you like a warm, protective blanket. Above, a gentle owl glides silently, its soft wings leaving no sound. It circles slowly, then perches on a branch nearby, watching with calm, luminous eyes. Its presence is comforting, not alarming, and you feel the same calm settle in your chest, the stillness of the night surrounding you completely. The stars twinkle in arcs, and the moon hangs low, casting soft light over every blade of grass, every flower, every ripple in the brook. You watch, mesmerized, following the patterns in your mind, and with each breath you feel lighter, floating slowly above the meadow, weightless and serene. The meadow folds in on itself now, becoming a vast, infinite dreamscape of soft grass, flowing water, and moonlight. You drift through hidden valleys and quiet hollows, over hills glowing faintly in silver light, and every step is effortless. Edwin drifts beside you, floating just above the ground, his smile gentle, his presence calm and reassuring. The butterflies rise with him, painting arcs of gold and silver against the dark sky. Every flutter guides your mind deeper into stillness. Every beat of their wings a soft reminder to release, to let go completely, and sink further into the comfort of sleep. The brook widens into a calm pond, its surface smooth as glass, reflecting the moon, stars, and butterflies above. You lie beside it, gazing into the gentle reflections, watching the slow rise and fall of ripples caused by the occasional landing of a butterfly or falling leaf. Each ripple expands outward slowly, mirroring the gentle expansion and contraction of your own breath. The meadow is alive, but only in the softest, quietest way. All movements slow and hypnotic, all sound gentle and melodic. Every part of this world exists to support your relaxation, to carry you further into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. A soft mist rises from the meadow now, curling around blades of grass and flower petals, floating slowly in the silver light of the moon. It carries the faint scent of damp earth, lavender, and wild honey, and you feel it brush gently against your skin, cool, soft, and calming, as if the night itself is wrapping you in a gentle embrace. Edwin wanders slowly through the mist, his footsteps barely audible, each one soft, deliberate, blending with the quiet symphony of the night. You follow him effortlessly, your mind light, every thought slowing, fading, leaving only the soft rhythm of your breathing and the gentle pulse of the meadow beneath you. The nocturnal creatures of the meadow begin their subtle chorus. A distant fox calls quietly, its voice soft and low, carrying across the misty air. Frogs croak gently at the edge of the pond, their sound deep and mellow, echoing across the water. Crickets continue their slow, hypnotic hum, and an owl hoots softly from a hidden tree, each sound blending seamlessly into a lullaby of the night. Above, the butterflies rise once more, their wings catching the silver light, tracing slow, gentle arcs that shimmer like threads of moonlight. You watch them float effortlessly, their movements hypnotic, mesmerizing, and your mind drifts alongside them, floating, weightless, calm. The pond reflects the night sky perfectly now, moon and stars mirrored in still, glassy water. Occasionally, a butterfly dips its wing into the surface, sending tiny ripples outward in slow, mesmerizing circles. Each ripple mirrors the rise and fall of your own breath, inviting you to sink deeper into the meadow, deeper into the calm, peaceful night. Edwin kneels by the water, his reflection shimmering softly, his hand skimming the surface in slow, deliberate motions. The ripples expand outward, fading gently, and each one seems to carry away any remaining tension, leaving your mind completely still and serene. You notice fireflies beginning to appear, tiny golden lights hovering above the grasses. They blink slowly, rhythmically, creating a soft, twinkling canopy that mirrors the stars above. Their light is warm, gentle, and hypnotic, casting tiny shadows that dance lazily across your skin. You watch and breathe, your body sinking further into the soft embrace of the meadow, every muscle melting, every thought fading, floating into a dream. The wind flows softly through the meadow, carrying the faint rustle of leaves, the tender whispers of flowers, and the faint rhythmic hum of distant nocturnal life. Every sound is slow, measured, and soothing. You feel it move across your body like a soft caress, rising and falling in perfect harmony with your breath, guiding you gently toward deep, restful sleep. The butterflies rise one final time, their wings shimmering with silver and gold, tracing long, slow arcs across the moonlit sky. You follow them, weightless, floating above the meadow, your mind empty of concern. Your body is heavy, warm, and supported. Edwin settles on a soft patch of moss under the ancient oak, its roots curling protectively around him. He lies back, watching the stars, and in your mind, you lie beside him, supported, safe, and calm. The soft murmur of the pond, the gentle ripple of the brook, and the whisper of the night air surround you completely, forming a cocoon of serenity that lets you drift, drift, drift. The mist, the moonlight, the gentle flow of the river, the shimmer of butterfly wings, and the twinkle of fireflies, all merge into a single, slow rhythm, a lullaby woven from the night itself. Your body sinks further into the soft grasses, every muscle heavy, every nerve relaxed, every thought fading into quiet. Now, as Edwin drifts fully into his dream, you are carried alongside him. The meadow is infinite, the night unending and serene. Stars, moonlight, water, and butterflies surround you, each element a soft, hypnotic guide to the deepest, most restorative sleep. The world has slowed completely, and every breath you take matches the rhythm of the meadow, the pond, the river, the distant owl, and the gentle flutter of butterfly wings. All tension has dissolved, all thoughts have faded, and you are fully, completely at peace. Drift deeper now, weightless, serene, untouched by worry. wrapped in moonlight and silvered shadows, floating endlessly in the Victorian meadow of butterflies. Sleep flows through you, soft, gentle, infinite, and you drift, drift, drift. The moon hangs high now, casting a wide, gentle glow across the meadow. Every blade of grass is silver-tipped, every flower glimmers with dew, and the soft mist curls lazily around them like a whispering veil. Your body lies heavy and supported, melting into the earth as if the meadow itself were embracing you. Edwin walks slowly among the flowers, his soft fingers tracing the delicate petals. Each butterfly rests briefly on his hand before lifting off, its wings catching the moonlight and scattering tiny threads of silver and gold. You feel the gentle brush of their wings as if you were floating beside him, every flicker, every soft movement guiding your mind into deeper calm. The gentle hum of the night grows richer. A distant owl hoots once, then softly again, echoing through the trees in a slow, comforting rhythm. Crickets continue their hypnotic chorus, and frogs add a mellow, soothing undertone near the pond. The wind sighs through the leaves in soft, undulating waves, brushing lightly across your skin and carrying the faint scent of wildflowers, honey, and damp earth. You feel the pulse of the meadow beneath you, syncing with your heartbeat. Every exhale releases tension. Every inhale brings calm. Every part of you floats in perfect harmony with the nocturnal symphony, weightless, serene, utterly safe. Edwin reaches the pond, its surface smooth and glassy under the moonlight. He kneels, watching his reflection blend with the stars mirrored in the water. A butterfly dips its wing into the pond, sending tiny ripples across the surface. The ripples expand slowly, fading gently, and you imagine your own worries floating away in the same way, each one dissolving into the quiet shimmer of water. Fireflies begin to rise, blinking softly in golden patterns above the grasses. They hover lazily, circling in slow, mesmerizing arcs. Their gentle light reflects on the pond and your eyes, drawing your gaze softly, effortlessly, allowing your mind to follow their slow, calming rhythm. The night grows richer, more detailed, and you notice tiny elements in the meadow you had not seen before. A pair of deer move silently in the distance. Their steps barely disturb the soft grass. A faint rustle of wings overhead reveals a small bat gliding slowly, its movement smooth and hypnotic, a gentle accompaniment to the rippling pond and whispering wind. Edwin lies down once more on the soft moss beneath the oak tree, and the butterflies settle around him, their wings folded, yet still alive with quiet energy. You lie beside him, feeling the same deep support, the same gentle heartbeat of the earth beneath, every muscle loose and heavy, every thought fading completely. Above, the stars twinkle in arcs, moving ever so slowly, as if breathing along with you. The moonlight reflects off dew on the grass and petals, turning the meadow into an endless field of shimmering silver. Every soft sound of the night owl, cricket, wind, water blends into a single, soothing melody, and your mind drifts in time with it, weightless, floating, utterly calm. A soft mist rises again, curling around your body, carrying the faint scent of honeyed lavender, warm earth, and wild thyme. It brushes against your face like a gentle caress, softening every edge of thought, melting every last trace of tension, and inviting you to drift deeper, farther, into serene sleep. The butterflies rise once more, tracing long, gentle arcs across the moonlit sky. Their light shimmers on your eyelids, and your vision follows each soft, hypnotic path. Edwin floats slowly beside them, weightless, peaceful, smiling. The pond, the meadow, the mist, the wind all rise and flow around you, a gentle cocoon of tranquility that holds you completely, guiding you into a sleep deeper than anything you have felt before. The nocturnal symphony continues softly. The brook murmurs, the owl hoots in slow intervals, crickets hum in perfect rhythm, and the gentle wind whispers through leaves and petals. You feel your heartbeat slowing, matching the calm, unbroken rhythm of the meadow. The meadow stretches infinitely now, folding in upon itself in layers of silver moonlight and mist. Edwin lies peacefully beneath the ancient oak, and the butterflies hover softly above, their wings catching tiny fragments of light in slow, hypnotic arcs. You feel completely weightless, completely calm, floating above the grasses, drifting in time with the slow pulse of the night. Your breathing is soft, even effortless. The world has slowed completely, all sounds, all movement, all thoughts blending into a single stream of calm. The butterfly's wings, the moonlight on the pond, the faint rustle of leaves, the gentle hum of the nocturnal chorus, all carry you further into restorative, unbroken sleep. Drift now, weightless, serene, slowly, softly, and let the Victorian meadow of butterflies carry you through the night. The night deepens. You feel lighter now, as if the earth itself is releasing you. Your body floats slowly above the meadow, rising just slightly from the soft moss and dew-covered grass. The silver light of the moon drapes everything in calm, casting long, gentle shadows across the rippling pond and softly swaying flowers. Edwin floats beside you, his feet no longer touching the ground. The butterflies rise too, their wings flickering like tiny lanterns in the night. You drift together with them, weightless and serene, floating over hills that roll gently into the distance. Each hill is brushed with soft moonlight, its grasses whispering in the wind, its wildflowers swaying slowly, hypnotically, as if in a slow, silent dance. The pond below reflects your flight, mirroring the silver arcs of butterflies, the glow of the moon, and the soft twinkle of fireflies dancing above the water. You notice the water's surface ripple gently with each butterfly wing that brushes it. It is mesmerizing, a slow, continuous motion that lulls your mind, your thoughts fading, leaving only calm, weightless drifting in this infinite night. The breeze flows softly around you, carrying distant, gentle sounds of Victorian cottages nestled in hidden valleys. The faint glow of candlelight flickers in small windows far below, and the smell of lavender, sweetbread, and burning hearth mingles faintly in the air. Every detail is soft, subtle, hypnotic, a perfect background for drifting deeper into dream. You float over small streams now, their water silvered in moonlight, softly burbling as it winds lazily through the hills. Edwin's reflection glimmers in each stream, and the butterflies dip toward the water, wings skimming the surface in slow, delicate arcs. You watch, mesmerized, and your body feels as light as air, every muscle melting, every nerve calm, every thought dissolving. The mist rises from hidden valleys, curling slowly around your ankles and wrists, soft and cool, yet soothing, as if the night itself is holding you gently, guiding you higher into serenity. The soft hum of nocturnal life surrounds you, crickets, distant owls, rustling leaves, the gentle splash of water over smooth stones. Edwin drifts slightly ahead, smiling softly, leading you toward a wide, low hill bathed in silver light. You follow, floating effortlessly, and the butterflies hover above you, tracing slow, hypnotic arcs that mirror the gentle rise and fall of your breath. The meadow stretches endlessly below, flowers glowing faintly, grass bending in soft waves with the wind. Every movement, every sound, every flicker of light pulls your mind gently away from waking thoughts, leading you deeper into unbroken calm. Above, the stars form slow, glowing arcs across the night sky. A thin cloud drifts lazily, silver-edged, softly reflecting the moonlight, and you follow its motion with your eyes, breathing slowly and deeply, matching the slow, effortless movement of the meadow and the night sky. You are weightless. You are calm. You are floating above a peaceful Victorian world, supported completely by the soft rhythms of nature. The butterflies settle briefly on soft moss and wildflowers below, their wings folding slowly, and their gentle breathing is almost audible, a rhythmic, calming pulse that syncs perfectly with your own heartbeat. Every flutter, every soft movement guides your mind deeper. Every motion washes away lingering tension. You drift across a gentle brook, watching its silvered water ripple softly over rounded stones. Edwin kneels briefly by the edge, touching the water with a gentle hand. The ripples spread in concentric circles, fading slowly, mirroring the gentle rise and fall of your own chest as you breathe. The wind flows softly through the trees above, leaves rustling like quiet whispers of encouragement, and the distant sound of an owl blends into the soft symphony of the night. The air is sweet with wildflowers and damp earth, and the mist curls around your body again, cool, soft, and comforting. You feel completely weightless, completely calm, drifting effortlessly over hills, meadows, and streams, carried by the hypnotic rhythm of night, moonlight, and butterflies. You float higher now, rising gently above the meadow and Victorian cottages, taking in the vast silver-lit landscape below. Everything is soft, slow, and peaceful. Every shadow, every glimmer of light, every rustle in the grass seems designed to guide you gently toward deep, restorative sleep. Your body is heavy, warm, and supported, your mind empty, your thoughts drifting like clouds across the night sky. The butterflies rise one final time, tracing arcs of shimmering gold and silver across the moonlit sky. Edwin floats beside you, calm, smiling, serene. You feel your body relax completely, every muscle loose, every nerve soft, as the Victorian night wraps around you like a warm, protective blanket. Feel your body relax fully, sinking deeper into the soft mattress beneath you. Let your shoulders drop, your arms rest loosely at your sides, and your legs stretch out heavy and warm. The air around you is still, soft, and scented faintly with lavender and wildflowers. Take a slow, gentle breath in and out, allowing your chest to rise and fall like the quiet rhythm of a Victorian pond under moonlight. Our story begins tonight in a meadow that stretches beyond what the eye can see, silvered by a tender moonlight that softens every edge, every flower petal, every blade of grass. Edwin floats just ahead, moving gracefully, weightless, and butterflies rise from the meadow as he passes, their wings flickering with gentle, soft colors, tracing slow, hypnotic arcs that shimmer like tiny lanterns in the night. You follow him effortlessly, floating just above the soft moss, feeling the gentle brush of night air on your skin, the faint caress of mist curling around you and the soft rustle of grasses beneath your hovering form. The meadow is alive but calm, each movement, each sound, drawing your mind deeper into weightless tranquility. The pond lies just ahead, glassy and still, reflecting the moon's glow perfectly. Edwin kneels at its edge, letting the water ripple gently with his hand. The ripples move slowly, fading in soft, concentric circles, and you follow their movement with your eyes, sinking deeper with every wave, as if each ripple carries away any lingering tension from your body and mind. The night air is soft and cool, rising gently from the pond and brushing against your skin. Crickets sing in the distance, their hum steady and hypnotic. A faint owl hoots, slowly echoing across the meadow. Every sound blends into a perfect rhythm, matching your heartbeat, your breath, your slow floating motion. Edwin stands again, gesturing to the butterflies circling above. They rise and descend slowly, their wings glinting with soft gold and silver. You follow their arcs effortlessly, weightless and calm, feeling as though you could float with them forever. Every flutter is a gentle lullaby, guiding your mind further into serenity. Your body is heavier, warmer, supported fully by the soft night. The Victorian cottages in the distance glow faintly, their candlelight flickering in rhythm with the nocturnal symphony. A thin wisp of smoke curls lazily from a chimney, mixing with the silver mist rising from the meadow. The aroma of lavender, sweetbread, and gentle hearth fire lingers faintly, a soothing presence that feels familiar and safe. Inviting you to drift further into the serene night, you float higher now, the meadow below spreading endlessly, a soft patchwork of silvered grass, flowers, and meandering streams. The mist curls around your body, soft, cool, and comforting. You feel as though the night itself is holding you gently, guiding you effortlessly through the Victorian dreamscape. Edwin floats beside you, a calm, serene presence, his eyes reflecting the silver glow of the moon above. Above the meadow, the stars swirl lazily, tracing soft arcs across the deep navy sky. A thin cloud drifts past, silver-edged, moving as if in slow motion. You watch, mesmerized, breathing slowly, deeply, effortlessly, matching the movement of the cloud, the rhythm of the stars, the gentle rise and fall of the meadow below. Now you drift over a small stream winding through the hills. Its surface reflects the moonlight in soft silver ribbons, flowing quietly over smooth stones. Edwin kneels briefly at the edge, skimming his fingers over the water. The ripples spread slowly and fade gradually, echoing the calm, weightless flow of your thoughts, washing away every last trace of tension, every remaining worry. The butterflies circle the stream slowly, their wings tracing arcs of soft gold and silver. They dip toward the water and rise again, a hypnotic, gentle dance that carries your mind effortlessly toward a state of deep, restorative sleep. In the distance, the gentle lights of a Victorian village glimmer softly. Faint laughter drifts on the night breeze, a soft, distant melody. The scent of baked bread and warm wood smoke rises faintly from chimneys. A cat's quiet meow, the soft clatter of a horse hooves long gone, all blend into the hypnotic fabric of the night. Every sound, every flicker of light, every motion draws you deeper, heavier, slower, into perfect, effortless calm. Edwin floats beside you again, pointing gently toward the hilltops ahead. The soft moonlight highlights each undulating curve, the mist curling gently around silvered flowers and grass. The butterflies rise and fall, tracing arcs through the night, and you follow, weightless, relaxed, calm. Every beat of their wings soothes. Every soft motion carries your mind further into peaceful sleep. The night is calm. You feel your body sinking further into softness, fully supported, heavy, warm. The meadow stretches endlessly below, silvered by gentle moonlight. Every blade of grass moves slowly with the soft wind, each flower swaying like a silent, hypnotic metronome. You float just above it all, weightless, serene, safe. Edwin glides ahead, calm and gentle, and the butterflies rise with him, flickering softly in slow arcs. Their wings shimmer with muted golds and silvers, catching the moonlight as if painting the air itself. Every beat of a wing is a lullaby, a rhythm so slow, so steady, it merges with the beat of your own heart, your breathing, your body's natural flow. You drift toward a silvered stream, its water winding lazily between low hills and clusters of wildflowers. The surface glimmers softly in the moonlight, mirroring the slow, hypnotic arcs of butterflies above. Edwin kneels beside the water, tracing circles with his hand. The ripples expand slowly, each fading gently, carrying away the last traces of tension, leaving you weightless, calm, suspended in stillness. The soft, nocturnal sounds embrace you, the distant hoot of an owl, the whisper of the wind through leaves, the faint hum of crickets hidden in the grass. Every sound layers into a perfect rhythm, each one a gentle cue for your mind to drift deeper, for your body to melt further into sleep. The Victorian cottages below glow faintly, warm and inviting. Smoke curls lazily from chimneys, mixing with the silver mist, the scent of lavender, warm bread, and a slow-burning hearth drifts upward, blending with the soft breeze. Every detail feels familiar, comforting, gentle. You imagine yourself floating above them, completely safe, weightless, immersed in this quiet, nocturnal world. The butterflies rise again, circling slowly. Their soft, deliberate motion guides your gaze, tracing arcs and spirals through the silvered air. Each wingbeat is almost imperceptible, a gentle, rhythmic hum that matches the rise and fall of your chest, slowing your breathing, relaxing every muscle, softening every thought, until your mind drifts like clouds across the night sky. You drift higher now, above the meadows and hills, over silvered streams and forests of whispering leaves. The stars swirl slowly across the sky, tracing gentle, glowing arcs that soothe and mesmerize. A thin cloud drifts by, silver-edged, soft as silk, moving lazily across the vast, deep navy of the night. You follow its motion with your eyes, breathing in slowly, breathing out softly, matching the rhythm of the clouds, the stars, the gentle night below. Edwin glides beside you, his figure calm, serene, a guiding presence. He gestures toward the butterflies, which rise and dip slowly, painting arcs of silver and gold across the moonlit sky. You float with them, weightless, serene. Your body is heavy, yet buoyant, fully relaxed, fully supported. Every flicker of wing, every soft movement guides you deeper, further, toward restful, dream-filled sleep. Below, the Victorian meadow stretches endlessly, silvered grasses swaying gently in the cool night air. Wild flowers glow faintly, soft pastels illuminated by moonlight. Small animals stir quietly. A hedgehog snuffles in the underbrush. A fox glides silently along a distant path, and the gentle chorus of night insects hums softly, endlessly, forming a perfect symphony of calm. The mist curls again, winding softly around your body. It is cool, tender, comforting, like a soft blanket draped gently over your skin. You feel fully supported, fully safe, fully relaxed. Your mind drifts effortlessly, weightless, as the meadow, the moon, the stream, and the soft nocturnal life wrap you in infinite calm. The butterflies circle around you one last time. Their wings shimmer in slow, hypnotic arcs, casting fleeting glimmers of silver and gold across your vision. Every arc, every flutter is a lullaby, a gentle reminder to release every thought, every worry, every bit of tension, and sink fully into serenity. Weightless.com, at peace. Edwin floats beside you, smiling softly. He gestures gently toward the distant hills, where the silver moonlight bathes gentle slopes in a dreamlike glow. You drift toward them effortlessly, floating higher, slower, guided by the soft, hypnotic rhythm of the Victorian night. Your body is heavy, warm, supported. Your mind is light, calm, drifting effortlessly, weightless. The pond reflects the stars above, rippling softly with the lightest touch of wind. Edwin kneels, skimming the surface of the water again. The ripples spread and fade slowly, hypnotically, mirroring the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. The night feels infinite, soft, calm. Every sound, every flicker of light, every movement in the meadow carries you deeper into sleep, into dream, into serenity. The Victorian cottages below are quiet now, the candlelight flickering faintly, smoke curling gently. Everything in this world moves slowly, calmly, hypnotically. The butterflies rise and dip around you, and the gentle rhythm of their wings matches the steady, soft beat of your heart. You are safe, you are weightless, you are fully at peace. The night air is soft, cool, and still. Feel your body sinking further into softness, heavy, warm, supported. Your arms and legs relax completely, your shoulders drop, and your jaw softens. With every breath, you feel lighter, more serene, weightless, floating in a gentle, infinite calm, as if cradled by the night itself. The meadow stretches endlessly beneath you, a silver sea of grasses, wildflowers, and meandering streams. The moon casts a gentle glow across the hills, softening every edge, every shadow, every flicker of movement. Edwin floats beside you, calm, serene, a steady presence in the quiet night. The butterflies rise slowly, circling around you in hypnotic arcs, their wings flickering with gold, silver, and soft pastel light. You drift toward a grove of ancient trees, their leaves whispering softly as the wind moves through them. The branches sway gently, casting silver shadows on the moss-covered ground. Every sound is subtle, soothing, perfectly balanced. A rabbit stirs quietly beneath a bush, and somewhere in the distance, a fox moves silently through the underbrush. The meadow, the grove, the moon, and the butterflies all form a perfect, calming symphony that carries you deeper, weightless, relaxed, serene. Edwin gestures toward a small, hidden pond tucked beneath the trees. The water is glassy, reflecting the moon and stars in soft, perfect arcs. The butterflies hover above it, dipping their wings lightly into the reflection, causing gentle ripples that expand and fade slowly. Your eyes follow the movement effortlessly, hypnotized, and you feel your body sinking further, every muscle releasing, every thought dissolving. The air is scented faintly with lavender, wildflowers, and damp earth. It drifts around you, brushing softly against your skin, inviting your body to melt further into the gentle embrace of the night. The the soft hum of crickets, the whisper of wind, the faint call of distant nocturnal creatures forms a steady, rhythmic lullaby. Each sound blends with your own breathing, your heartbeat, your rising and falling chest. You are safe, you are calm, you are completely at peace. Edwin kneels beside the pond, trailing his fingers lightly through the water. Ripples spread slowly, fading softly. You watch them, following each circle with your eyes, and with every movement, you feel tension leaving your body, fading away into the night, replaced by warmth, heaviness, and serenity. The butterflies rise again, moving in slow, deliberate arcs. They circle you, then drift away, then return, their wings flickering softly in the silver moonlight. Every flutter is a gentle heartbeat, a whisper of calm, guiding your mind further into relaxation, your body sinking deeper, heavier, supported completely. The meadow, the grove, the pond, and the night become a single, infinite lullaby that cradles your mind and body. Above you, the stars swirl slowly, tracing delicate patterns across the sky. A cloud drifts lazily past, silver-edged, soft as silk, and you follow its gentle motion with your eyes. Your breath slows, your heart beats in a calm, steady rhythm, matching the movement of the stars. The gentle sway of the trees, the soft arcs of the butterflies, the flowing ripples of the pond. You drift higher, weightless, above the moonlit meadow. The wildflowers below sway gently, illuminated by soft silver light. The mist curls around your legs, your arms, your body, cool, comforting, tender, like a gentle blanket. Every sound, every sight, every sensation wraps you further into the perfect embrace of the Victorian night. Edwin floats beside you, his calm presence reassuring, guiding, gentle. The butterflies rise once more, higher, slower, tracing arcs that shimmer like liquid light. Their wings catch the moonlight in soft flashes of gold, silver, and pale pastels. You follow them effortlessly, drifting alongside, weightless, serene, as if the night itself carries you. The meadow stretches endlessly below, the hills roll gently in silver waves, and the pond mirrors the stars, reflecting infinite calm back into your mind. Below, the Victorian cottages glow faintly, warm and inviting. Smoke curls slowly from chimneys, mixing with the silver mist. The faint scent of bread, lavender, and a slow-burning hearth drifts upward, comforting, familiar, soft. The distant hum of nocturnal life continues, a gentle orchestra of sounds blending into perfect rhythm. Crickets, owls, soft wind, rustling leaves, water lapping gently against the pond's edge. The butterflies circle slowly around you, their soft, deliberate motion guiding your gaze, tracing arcs and spirals that mesmerize and calm. Each wing beat is almost imperceptible, yet it resonates deep within, matching your slow, deep, effortless breathing. Your body melts further into the night. Your mind drifts lightly, gently, weightless, serene. Edwin gestures toward the distant hills where moonlight bathes gentle slopes. You float toward them effortlessly, following the butterflies. Their arcs and spirals are hypnotic, soothing, gentle. Your body is heavy, warm, supported fully, and your mind drifts into a soft, infinite calm, like clouds floating slowly across a navy sky. The pond ripples softly again, a feather-light touch across its glassy surface, and you watch the circles expand and fade slowly, feeling every ripple resonate in your body, softening every muscle, releasing every remaining tension. The butterflies rise and circle above the hills, their wings shimmering in slow, deliberate motion, tracing arcs that lull your mind, guiding you deeper into dream, into calm, into sleep. The hills stretch endlessly beneath the moonlight, soft and silvered. Every curve, every fold of the land feels slow, gentle, inviting. You feel yourself drifting effortlessly along the contours, weightless, calm, serene, fully supported by the night. The air is cool, delicate, carrying faint scents of wildflowers and damp earth, as if the night itself is breathing softly around you. The butterflies hover in slow, deliberate arcs, their wings shimmering gold, silver, and soft pastels. They rise and dip like gentle waves, painting patterns across the silvered meadow below. Each movement resonates in your body, softening muscles, relaxing shoulders, and lulling your mind into a calm, drifting rhythm. You hear the faint crackle of a distant hearth, the slow, rhythmic sound of wood settling in a cozy cottage. The gentle warmth of firelight seems to drift upward, mixing with the silver moonlight and soft evening air. Your mind imagines the tiny flickers of flame, the comforting glow, the faint smell of smoke mingling with lavender. It feels safe, comforting, inviting, and you sink further into the embrace of the Victorian night. Edwin glides beside you, calm, quiet, serene. He gestures toward the butterfly arcs above, and you follow, drifting with them in slow, hypnotic loops. The motion is soft, soothing, like gentle waves lapping on a quiet shore, and your breathing falls into perfect rhythm, in sync with the slow flutter of wings and the gentle whisper of the wind. Below, the Victorian village is still, peaceful, and quiet. The cottages glow faintly through the silver mist. Smoke curls lazily from chimneys, soft and rhythmic. You hear the occasional soft hoofbeat from a distant street, and the faint murmur of a night watchman walking slowly along cobblestones. Every sound is gentle, deliberate, hypnotic, and your body feels heavier, warmer, and completely supported. The butterflies circle again, higher, slower, more deliberate. Their wings catch the moonlight in soft glimmers, painting arcs across the hills, streams, and distant cottages. Every flutter is a lullaby, each movement a gentle cue, slowing your thoughts, softening your mind, drawing you deeper into the calm, infinite rhythm of the night. You drift closer to the pond beneath the grove of ancient trees. Its glassy surface mirrors the stars above, softly reflecting silver and gold in hypnotic arcs. A soft mist curls along its edges, cool, gentle, comforting. Edwin kneels beside it, skimming his hand across the surface, creating ripples that expand slowly, fade gently, mirroring the rise and fall of your own breath. Each movement is a gentle cue to sink further, relax deeper, dream softly. The nocturnal world hums quietly around you. Crickets chirp in soft rhythm, owls call faintly in the distance, leaves rustle in slow, hypnotic patterns as the breeze drifts through. Every sound blends into a calm, endless symphony, inviting your mind to drift, your body to melt into serenity, and your spirit to float weightless, peaceful, completely at ease. Edwin gestures toward a hilltop bathed in moonlight. The butterflies rise with you, circling higher, tracing soft spirals above the meadow. Their movement slows, deliberate, hypnotic, guiding your gaze, your breathing, your heartbeat, syncing with the perfect, infinite rhythm of the Victorian night. You feel yourself floating above it all, weightless, calm, serene, fully safe in the gentle embrace of the evening. The distant stream glimmers faintly in the moonlight, its water winding lazily through meadows and forests. You watch the ripples, slow and deliberate, and feel each soft shimmer echo in your body, loosening tension, softening muscles, inviting your mind to drift further into dream. Everything moves slowly, effortlessly, calmly. Above, the stars swirl slowly across the dark velvet sky. Clouds drift lazily, silver-edged, soft as silk. Their motion is hypnotic, mesmerizing, gentle. The butterflies circle them, following their arcs, and you drift alongside, weightless, calm, serene. The night stretches infinitely in every direction, soft, soothing, tender, safe. Every sound, movement, and shimmer carries you deeper into perfect calm, into gentle sleep, into dream. The Victorian cottages below glow, faintly, warm, inviting, cozy. Smoke curls gently from chimneys, mixing with the silver mist. The distant hum of nocturnal life continues, blending seamlessly into the soft arcs of butterflies, the ripples of the pond, the gentle rustling of trees, and the endless rhythm of your own calm, steady breath. The butterflies rise once more in slow, deliberate arcs. Their soft, shimmering wings cast gentle reflections across the meadow, guiding your eyes, your thoughts, your body into a state of deep relaxation. Every flutter is a lullaby, every motion a whisper, slowing your mind, softening your body, inviting you to drift effortlessly into dream, weightless, serene, fully safe, completely supported. Edwin floats beside you, calm, silent, steady. He gestures toward the horizon, where moonlight touches distant hills, and you drift toward them with the butterflies, moving slowly, softly, hypnotically. The meadow, the grove, the pond, the village, the hills, and the moonlight form a perfect cocoon of peace, carrying you deeper into restful sleep. The moon hangs low and luminous over the meadow now. Its silver light drapes the hills, the pond, the trees, and the cottages, softening every edge, every shadow, every whisper of motion. Your body feels weightless, yet completely supported. Your mind is calm, drifting, gentle, quiet. Every muscle is soft, every thought slow, every breath deep and even. The butterflies circle one last time, slowly, deliberately, in hypnotic arcs. Their wings flicker with soft pastels and golden light, tracing patterns across the night sky, across the meadow, across your mind. You follow them effortlessly, drifting higher, floating gently, and you feel a profound calm. A complete serenity settle over you like a soft blanket, warm and protective. Edwin smiles faintly, calm and reassuring. He gestures toward the pond, where the ripples shimmer and fade slowly, and toward the hills, where the moonlight spreads soft and silver. You feel yourself floating with the butterflies, weightless, gliding across the meadow, over the gentle streams, through the whispering leaves, along the soft paths of the Victorian night. The cottages below glow faintly, warm and inviting. Smoke curls lazily from chimneys, blending with the silver mist. The distant hum of nocturnal life continues, soft, rhythmic, hypnotic. The faint rustle of leaves, the soft call of an owl, the gentle lapping of water along the pond's edge. Each sound, each motion, each flicker of light carries you deeper into calm, into dream, into gentle sleep. The butterflies rise higher, spiraling slowly toward the stars. You rise with them, floating effortlessly, weightless, serene. The sky above is vast and endless, dark velvet sprinkled with silver light. Clouds drift lazily, silver-edged, soft, hypnotic. Your mind drifts with them, floating, gliding, melting into the night, while your body sinks further, fully relaxed, completely at ease. You feel the soft warmth of the Victorian night around you. The breeze drifts gently across your skin, cool yet comforting. The faint scent of lavender, wildflowers, and earth drifts through the air. Every inhalation fills you with calm. Every exhalation releases tension, worry, and thought. You feel lighter and heavier at the same time. A soft paradox of weightless serenity, perfectly balanced, perfectly safe. The pond mirrors the moon and stars one last time. The ripples shimmer softly, fading gradually. The butterflies hover near the water, then drift away slowly, their wings flickering softly in the silver light, tracing arcs that echo the gentle rhythm of your breathing. The slow rise and fall of your chest, the peaceful beat of your heart. Edwin gestures toward the horizon, where the hills roll gently, soft and silver in the moonlight. You glide with the butterflies toward them, slowly, gently, deliberately. Every moment, every movement, every breath slows your mind further, softens your body further, drawing you into the deepest calm you have felt tonight. The stars above twinkle faintly, softly, endlessly. Clouds drift across them like delicate silk, slow, gentle, hypnotic. You follow them, floating higher, floating gently, weightless. And you feel the Victorian night wrap around you completely, a cocoon of calm, warmth, and safety. The butterflies circle one last time, then drift gently beyond sight, carrying the final echoes of calm with them. The meadow below, the pond, the village, the hills all fade softly into silver shadows. Your mind drifts lightly, effortlessly, like a feather on a slow, warm breeze. Every sound is distant, gentle, soothing. Every movement, every flicker of light, every breath guides you toward the gentle, dream-bound sleep you deserve. And now, as your eyes drift closed, as your body melts completely into softness, you are floating, weightless, calm, serene. The Victorian night carries you, the butterflies guide you, and your mind, body, and spirit drift into the perfect, endless calm of sleep. Good night.